Hey everybody, how is it going today? I hope you are all having a great Thanksgiving day so far. Watching a little football, having some good food, maybe having a little drinky drink, whatever blows your hair back. But I just want to do a super quick video and then get back to being with my family. I want to show you some interesting charts I see in the market and give you a couple updates on the channel. All right, well, the first update I wanted to talk about was I finally created a Patreon page. If any of you guys are interested in joining that, I will put the link to that down in the description. I'm going to limit it to 25 people just to make sure that I can keep up with everything, but I'm going to be posting a lot of content on there. I'm going to be putting a lot of charts with explanations on how to trade them. I'll put my commentary on there, and you guys can interact with me. I'll try to get back to everybody's questions as soon as I can. Plus, I'll be putting all of my trades and all of my content on there first before I put it on YouTube. And there's a lot of stuff that I don't end up putting on YouTube because I don't want the videos to drone on too long. And I'll be putting that on Patreon if you guys want to see it. But I will definitely be putting a lot of trading opportunities, and then you guys can review them and take whichever ones you like. But there is no content on it just yet. I just created it, so give me a day or two or three to get used to it, and I'll start putting a lot of content on there. But like I said, I'm going to just limit it to 25 at first, and if it looks like I can keep up with it, or once I get used to it, I'll probably open it up to more, but I am going to limit it to only 25 just to start. All right, well, the second thing I wanted to update you on is I'm going to be going on vacation for probably around 5 weeks, starting, well, and it's probably less than 2 weeks away now. So for about 5 weeks, the content is going to be much less. I'm totally obsessed with the stock market, so it's impossible for me to just forget about the market for 5 weeks, but I'm going to be posting some stuff, but it's definitely not going to be as much as I'm used to doing because I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to be down south enjoying some fun in the sun, and not going to be too concerned about the virus.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But I just wanted to let you guys know about that, so when the content starts slowing down, you guys don't forget about me, because I will be back, and once I get back from vacation, I'll get right back into it and start creating stuff like just about every day like I have been doing. And also, when I get back, I think I'm going to start a live stream probably on Sunday nights, or maybe Sunday during the day, but just to show you guys the opportunities I see setting up for the next week. And then if you guys have any questions, that would be a time for you guys to ask them, and then we could, interact over some charts. We can go over them together real time, and if you guys have any questions, I will be happy to answer any that you have. But I just wanted to let you guys know about that, so when the content starts slowing down a little bit in the next few weeks, you guys don't forget about me, because I will be back, and I'll get right back to it. All right, guys, the first one that I want to look at is UAVS. This is one that I was actually strongly considering to buy last week, but this one is starting to round out very nicely, and if we go to the hourly chart, we can see that it is looking very, very constructive as the highs or the lows are getting higher. And if you look at this low, this was a false break. Pop right back into it. Most changes in direction come with a false break. I love seeing that before it starts to make one of these patterns. That just makes it a little bit more reliable as far as I'm concerned. But if we zoom in just a little bit closer here, we can see the lows are definitely getting higher, and it is starting to put pressure on this upper resistance area, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if it pops above that next week. So this is one I am definitely keeping an eye on. This one looks very intriguing. Let me get this stuff out of here and just look at the overall pattern. And get back to the daily chart here, zoom in a little bit, but this is a very, very nice looking pattern. This pattern shows up all the time when you get much higher prices, so that's one of the reasons that I am very interested in this company. So I'm going to be keeping a sharp eye on this one, but let's get to the next one. Okay, the next one I want to show you is EMKR Corporation, ticker symbol EMKR. This one is probably my favorite stock that I am not in as far as the chart pattern goes. I don't think I've talked about this one yet. I've been watching it for a couple of weeks now, and I don't believe I've mentioned it. Maybe I have, but I could have because it's such a nice looking chart. But I mean, if you back out just a little bit, we can see that it is clearing all of this this base that it was making all the way since the middle of last year, and it's moving higher. Let me get this out of here and let's go intraday. Let's go to the hourly chart, and we can see that's just a beautiful rounding bottom, and it's popped above resistance, and now it has come down and touched support, and it is holding above it. It hasn't really popped above the 8-period exponential moving average and held it yet, but this one is a very nice looking pattern. Definitely my favorite pattern of a stock that's about ready to take off, or it has the characteristics of a stock that's about ready to take off. But EMKR is definitely one worth keeping an eye on if you like trading these rounded bottom patterns. But let's get to the next one. Okay, the next one I want to show you is Harmonic, ticker symbol HLIT. We can see this one is winding up very nicely, and it is making a nice looking triangle consolidation. It's putting pressure on the upper resistance area, so this one could be popping out anytime. This is one of my favorite charts or stocks to watch just because it's so volatile. It has such big moves all the time. If you get this one on the right swing, you can definitely make a lot of money. And some of these swings, they're very easy to see. It has huge moves. So if you can see a constructive pattern happening in HLIT, a lot of times I don't even wait for the pattern to be perfect on this stock just because it has such big moves. Let me get this stuff out of here. We can go backwards in time just a little bit, and HLIT always makes a lot of nice patterns. Like if we go back in time here to 2016, I mean, that is just a beautiful one right there. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. That is a beautiful one here that was under accumulation and then had the blast off. I mean, this one, like I said, this one really moves, and it makes all kinds of different patterns, Like, let me see this one here. This is a very nice looking wedge that it broke out of. I mean, this is just a textbook declining wedge, and then you wait for that breakout and just a perfect move up. If I go to the hourly, we can probably see it a little bit better. But yeah, if you're watching this one, just waiting for this wedge to break out, it's just putting pressure on these trend lines, and then once you finally get that break through it, you usually get a pretty decent move, and you usually get better moves with these volatile stocks. So a lot of these stocks that are really volatile, you should keep them on your watch list and just watch them for all the patterns that they make. You don't necessarily have to trade the ones that I'm showing you, but these ones make a lot of different patterns. If you're good at trading some other patterns, other than the ones that I show, and keep these volatile issues on your watch list, because these ones make a lot of different patterns and they can be very profitable once you catch the turn. But let's get into the next one. All right, another one that I wanted to show you is one that I am in. It's IPOB, and this one is making a very nice looking pattern. It looks like it is winding up to go higher. It is riding this 50-day simple moving average higher, and it looks like it's about ready to blast off. If we go to the hourly chart, you can see that it's making a rather similar pattern to what I love to trade. It's actually really close to it. But we can see it's putting pressure on that resistance area, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if it explodes higher tomorrow and into next week, because this pattern is a very nice looking pattern. So since I am in this stock, I'm really hoping it breaks out and heads higher. But I wanted to show you IPOB in case any of you guys are still in it. We should see brighter skies ahead of us. But let's get into the market averages right now. All right, well, let's take a peek at the market ETFs before we get out of here. The first one we're looking at is the Qs, and we can see the Qs are winding up, and it looks like that is ready to blast higher. It was getting a little worrisome when I was watching it, the way that it was trending sideways. It looked like it was getting kind of weak. It was still holding right around that 8-period exponential moving average, but I expected it to be stronger the last week or so, and it was not. If the market just kind of hung around, but it looks like it might be finally starting to blast off. We go to the hourly chart, we can see that it is certainly looking like it's going to be moving higher. I'm expecting it to be higher next week. I'm expecting a rally next week as long as we don't get a huge, bad news event that knocks it right back down into this consolidation. But I would be expecting the Qs to definitely move higher for next week. And let's jump over to the diamonds real quick. Look at the diamonds. I mean, it's pretty much a similar pattern. It's even stronger because it's holding above this recent resistance level. And if we go to the hourly chart, we can see that, basically the same pattern. This pattern is showing up over and over again in the market. One thing you do have to remember about chart patterns is they go through cycles. I mean, there's times when certain patterns show up all the time, and then they won't work for a little while. Right now, we are seeing these type of patterns working very well, not only in higher price stocks, but in lower price stocks as well. That's why I keep talking about this pattern, because right now it's working, but we have to keep an eye on it. Once some of these start breaking out and then they all start failing, that means the pattern is going to stop working, at least for a little while, and that's when you have to make an adjustment. That's usually when I have my hardest time, because when a pattern starts working, I go with the trend. I try to play it as much as I possibly can, and sometimes I get a little stubborn when I get 2, 3, 4 losers in a row. It kind of makes me not want to adjust, but I realize that I have to adjust because the market has adjusted. So once this pattern changes and another pattern that I like to trade starts working, I'll probably start harping on that one. But there's no need for me to even think about another pattern, because this is the one that keeps showing up, and I'm going to keep using it until it stops working. Let's jump over to the spider. And we can see the spider is making the exact same pattern. I expect a rally into next week just because it is holding the highs, and we should see higher prices. That's just the way this pattern usually plays out. You never know if we get a bad news event, like say, I don't know, unemployment data comes out terrible, or if the cases of the virus have a huge spike, that could be enough to send the market down. But on a technical perspective, it looks very healthy, and it looks like it has been winding up to move higher. So the market certainly looks healthy, and there is no reason to worry about being in stocks at the moment, because they look like they are going higher. All right, guys, that is all I have for you on this video. I'll let you get back to your Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, and if you have any questions, leave them down there in the comment section, and I will get back to you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, take care, everybody.